Hello guys, welcome to the World Al Nassr. I'm Khabs and Mohapi. Let's start here with Jhon Duran. Jhon Duran went to Russia. He's on loan, still continue with the loan. There was a dispute between him and the coach of Fenerbahce. Now he went to St. Petersburg, the CSKA Moscow, Mashkashkala, but he signed with this one, St. Petersburg. So he will play for that team until June, and he will go back to Al Nassr. And then, but he was offered to Tottenham Hotspurs, to Juventus and to Inter, but they declined this offer. So he was signed by our former coach Stefano Piolo, who's coaching Fiorentina. I think Fiorentina, if maybe they're going to be relegated, I'm just giving them the last 5 games from here. If they are not playing well, I think they will be relegated at the end of the season. Piolo, he's not buying his player. I thought he will buy his player because he bought this player with plus minus 67 million. But I don't know what's wrong with Jhon Duran. I mean, he played for Al Nassr 18 games and scores 12 goals. But this test doesn't analyze the real story because he scored, I think it's 4 brace from this 12. So if you look at that, even that goal ratio, if you say goal to ratio, I think it will be a different story. I mean, he played against, in the Champions League, scoring 2. He scores 2, I think, against Al Ahly, but scoring 2 against Damak, where we won 9-0. So now he's in Russia. He will play in Russia from here. Well, let's see what is going to happen. He will be back, and then after 6 months, let's see what is going to happen. And then after the game of Al Ittihad, another thing after the game of Al Ittihad, before we go in that story of Al Ittihad, let's look at this. We'll finish with that story of Al Ittihad and Al Hilal on the issue of Abdullah Al Hamdan. Let's go with this one first. The Saudi Football Federation, I mean, they kept the statement, and on that statement says there's no player who's bigger than the league. Any team is looking on their transfers. That is not true. They must not forget that these 4 teams are under the Public Investment Fund. That's a fact. You can't change it now. Ronaldo is not fighting the Saudi Football Federation. It's not saying the Saudi Football Federation they are offering more funds to Al Hilal. He's not saying that. He's not putting that. He says the Public Investment Fund of Saudi, which bought the next teams, one Newcastle, and one of those which they are investing in UMSC. He's talking about that public fund. He's not talking about them, but even them, they have their own issues, which Ronaldo, I think, is complaining about those issues, the way they are strategizing, the way they are planning their fixtures. I mean, I said Al Nassr this season, for the first 17 matches on this first half of the season, Al Nassr is playing each and every big team away. Al Ettifaq away, Al Tawoun away, Al Ittihad away, Al Ahly away, Al Hilal away. So they must go and look at that one. One team play all of the big teams away, all of their big teams, and they said this team must contest for the league unless it's another sabotage. But that is not the issue of Cristiano. The Cristiano is looking at the Public Investment Fund, which he says they are allocating funds unfairly compared to the way they are allocating to Al Nassr. He's not talking about Al Ittihad. Because if they are saying so, let's look only now in January, this short window period. Now they have signed Kader Meide. And after signing Kader Meide, they then sign a player from UMSC, Simon Boabri. Even the coach of UMSC had a problem with this player to leave his team But he then accepted because he said Al Hilal gave this player a better offer. They are not going to be able to offer that player what Al Hilal offered that player. So you understand what is the pedigree here. The problem is the PIF, because they said they are not going to afford the salary of Karim Benzema playing for Al Ittihad. But suddenly the same player can go to Al Hilal and they're going to afford, not even afford, they're going to even add on that salary for Karim Benzema. As a free transfer, he then receives 6 million. So that is not the problem of Ronaldo. The problem with Ronaldo is with PIF. They must understand it. So, but they can't even answer these questions. Al Nassr signed a young under 21 from Iraq. They signed both from France. The other one with 38 million euros. The other one from this one, which Niomé C, is a French player again, signed with 23 million. 23 million euros. Al Nassr signed one player, Haideira Abdul Karim, with 300,000 euros. The other one is Abdullah Al Hamdan, which again they had an issue with that player to leave Al Hilal. I mean, it took them 1 day to register Karim Benzema, unless if they are saying, no, behind closed doors, we were dealing with this deal, we knew he's going to leave the Saudi Football Federation, unless if they are saying that. If they are not saying that, he cancelled his contract on Monday. Immediately around that, he was registered. Al Nassr gave them the papers of Abdullah Al Hamdan on Monday, but they declared this player fit to play for Al Nassr on Friday. Going straight to that issue of Al Hilal. Even now, Al Hilal is and Al Ittihad. Al Ittihad says it was illegible, this player to play for on that game against Al Ittihad, Al Nassr Al Ittihad. Al Hilal says this player cancelling his contract, it was not legal. They are putting all these barriers between Al Hamdan playing for Al Nassr and the Saudi Football Federation. Took a long time to declare this player. But this player, his contract was ending on the 6th. But they are even on this issue, Al Hilal. I mean, on the 6th, the day Al Ittihad and Al Nassr was playing, is the day the contract of this player was ending. This player just cancelled 3 days, the last 3 days of his contract. But it's the issue. That's why Cristiano, I'm saying that's why Cristiano is fighting. He's fighting because they are fighting with all the tricks to destabilize. Now, those 3 points, they want that 3 points of Al Nassr against Al Ittihad. They want that 3 points, nothing else. They are fighting for that 3 points. They thought Al Ittihad maybe is going to play draw with Al Nassr. Ronaldo is not there. They won. Now is all the issues. And one issue started with the Saudi Federation, with them not registering this player on time. Of course, with all Al Nassr proof that this player was eligible to play on that day, they are not going to reverse anything. This player is officially a player of Al Nassr. But tell me, and I had another commentator says now Karim Benzema to Al Hilal and Abdullah Al Hamdan to Al Nassr. It's not the same thing. We are talking about Karim Benzema, the superstar of Al Ittihad, to Al Hilal, and Abdullah Al Hamdan, which is not a first starter and is a Saudi national, which is not playing. Al Hilal is just keeping these players there for anyone not to buy them, but he just keep them. Like they bought Alila Jame, they wanted Harib, they just put them there. So he left. He wants to play. And he realized that I'm going to get game time going to Al Nassr. They give them 3.5 years. Congratulations. He will come here. He will be part of us. But they are still fighting for that. So is the problem of the Saudi Federation trying by all means not to actually to stop. They are helping Al Hilal. Tell me why. They did the same thing registering Saad Fahad Al Nassr. They did the same thing with Laporte. For Laporte to leave, they did the same thing. Because we were supposed to now register Martinez, but Laporte was still there since June. They knew Laporte must leave. And after, of course, Atletico Bilbao, I had the problem that even at Atletico Bilbao, they become slow on this issue of taking their player, which is Emerick Laporte. That's how this issues, guys. Is Sunday. Happy Sunday. Please like the video, push your notifications, and subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Until we meet again, thank you. Bye.